Hello, everyone. Where are you watching from? We've got Brazil in the house.
Brazil. Oh,
Kelly.
you're right about the filters. This is fun.
How's everyone doing? How was your week? There are wildfires in California, and we are smoked in our house. I have not really left the house in several.
How is it where you are?
Oh, Iranian diaspora studies is in San Francisco too.
Oh, amazing.
So yeah, I'm in Northern California. There have been a lot of wildfires. The air quality is really bad. Yeah, gasping for air. The sky's red.
No.
So it's wildfire season, which is really unfortunate that that's a season now.
It is pretty unfortunate.
Yeah, in California. So is anybody else experiencing issues with the wildfires or near them? And you're in Southern California. Are they going on there?
They are. I don't know where they are around here. I haven't really kept up with it. I'm surprised they're not in my direct neighborhood because we usually get them every year around this time. But the sun has been really red. The sky's been a little bit, cloudy or smoky. So they're definitely nearby, but I haven't smelled anything yet. That doesn't mean that it's not in the air. But
oh my gosh, we open our porch door just to let our dog out to the bathroom, and it's just like smoke comes in, and it's just ash. All our porch furniture is covered in ash. It's really Anyway, so yeah, there's a lot going on right now. In California, we have smoky skies, and let us know where you're watching from. We have people from Brazil, San Francisco.
Amazing.
Kelly, I know, is in Orange County, and Claudia's in Florida right now.
Wow, fun all over.
Yeah, so we're on Instagram and Facebook here, and we're just hanging out, having a tea time. We haven't done a late afternoon tea time before.
No, we haven't.
We set the topic this week to be, are you exhausted?
Which I am.
Yeah, I didn't think I would be showing up in character today. I am definitely exhausted.
I know. I actually texted Natasha earlier and I was like, are we going live at 4? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, what are we talking about again? And she's like, exhaustion. I was like, that seems off. That seems perfect. Yeah. I don't remember.
And I think, this came up because we've done these tea times. We've been doing them for every week on Facebook, and we just figured out how to also get it on Instagram. So we have been doing it. This is our first time back on Instagram, and sleep comes up a lot. People are always talking about sleep being an issue, but I think exhaustion goes beyond just sleep issues. It's like mentally, emotionally, spiritually exhausted. And just the things that, we're doing to kind of get through, re-energize, get that vitality back. Claudia's in Fort Lauderdale, she says, right now and I see her videos on the beach. They look very lovely and recharging right now.
Beautiful. Enjoy it.
And Iranian diaspora is tea time.
We'll come have chai with you anytime.
So what are you drinking today? We have tea every time we have our tea time.
Every single time. I'm drinking a chamomile that I let chill. Yeah. So it's nice and cooled down now.
Oh, nice.
It's almost like halfway done because maybe that's why I'm also exhausted.
Exactly. What was I going to ask you? I don't even remember. This is my brain today, guys. I'm not even remembering what I'm talking about.
Things are. Yeah. Well, how are you?
Traditional medicinals. Oh shoot! Wait, this is the original one, but actually today I'm having the eucalyptus one.
I haven't had that one. I've had the echinacea one, but not the eucalyptus one.
Yeah, this one I actually found recently. I found it since pandemic started because I was like, oh, this is lung support. That's great. Yeah. This is also from Northern California, from Sebastopol. They're lovely. It has eucalyptus, licorice, spearmint, marshmallow root, and slippery elm. So it's sweet. It's naturally sweet. You don't have to add sweetener. It coats your throat. It helps your lungs. It's lovely. If you guys have any blends you like too, let us know. I actually had somebody message us or fill out one of our member comments or surveys, and they said that they were looking for good teas, and they actually went out and tried Numi, and they bought Numi because we always talk about Numi.
That's amazing.
So I guess this has really turned into tea time.
This has really so Numi, if you're ever watching or listening,
I always have my Numi tea bags around.
I love that.
So Iranian diaspora says that 2020 has been exhausting. Trump is really exhausting us, and I gotta agree with that.
I agree too. I have to agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a year.
Yep. So what are you doing to help with your exhaustion? And I started talking about this last week. I don't think this helps with exhaustion, but it helps me rest. I tried CBD oil for the first time last week.
That's right.
Still doing it.
Still doing it, because last time we talked, you said that you had done it for a few nights. So you're still...
I was doing it for a few nights, and then I started being like, okay, I haven't read up on CBD and autoimmunity or Hashimoto's or thyroid, so let me look into that a little bit. And I did, and there's definitely some benefits to CBD and the immune system, and but there's also situations where maybe it might aggravate or like the TH1, TH2 balance of the immune system. So I was like, let me stop it for a day or two and then try it again. But I'm finding that it's quite helpful for me to fall into a deeper sleep, because I've been never had insomnia issues. And so that was one thing that's helped me recharge. What have you done for your exhaustion?
Well, the reason that I am so exhausted is because it's been so hot out here where I am. It's like above 100, which you know too, where you are. But our AC broke like the day before all of this happened, and it only just got fixed 4 hours ago.
Oh gosh.
So my bedroom is on top of the garage, which was where all the heat goes. I personally just don't. And here's the thing too. I recognize my privilege and that I'm able to have air conditioning. I really do. I personally cannot function when I'm hot. Like, I just become really irritable. I can't think straight. I become really like lethargic almost. So the past few nights I've had to sleep in the living room on a couch, which has been horrible for my back. So I like have to see my chiropractor tomorrow. So that's
perfect though. I mean, it's good.
I've been exhausted.
Yeah, you have those like tools to help you get centered again. We have other people joining. We have East Bay Herbals joining us. I don't know if they're still there, but you know, I think that there's actually probably, I don't know if anybody's here into herbal medicine, if East Bay Herbals is still here, but I know that there's herbs that are like cooling and other ones that help like heat the body. I don't know that much about it, but if anybody knows.
Anna from East Bay Herbals is actually my herbalist. So
awesome. And Alan Bacon Berkeley I don't know why I still have not been there, but I've heard magical things about the person who owns and runs it. Traditional Iranian tea blends.
Is it a market?
It's like a apothecary, I think, like an herbal store. I've tried some of the tea blends from there, so if anybody's familiar with that, but I do know like an Ayurvedic medicine and herbs, like, and also I think the different way that you treat it, like for example, ginger. I know like dry ginger and fresh ginger. One has like it pulls heat out, and one like draws heat in. I'm not an expert on that, but I'd love if somebody was. Maybe we can have you as our guest for tea time.
I love that. That's so fascinating. But anyway, I get to sleep tonight because now the AC is blowing and I'm a happy person.
Those of you watching, would you rather it be too hot or too cold? Because
I love this question.
Me and Neeyaz were talking about this earlier, and we've kind of divided it into a Hashimoto's, which is me, and a Graves presentation, which is so the two ends of the thyroid spectrum. But I just wonder if other people have these tolerances too, because most people with Hashimoto's have extreme cold intolerance, and they just can't. They're always cold. They can't stand being cold. And we've had a terrible heat wave in that it's been 107, 111, and honestly, I love it. Like, I step outside and I love it.
Too hot. Okay, so someone is with me on that. Yeah, and then with Graves, we have a massive intolerance to heat generally for most of them, and so I've always been that way. Oh my gosh, the hotter the better. Someone
okay, and Kelly loves the heat. Kelly's Brazilian. She's got Middle Eastern blood in her too, and I think she moved to LA from Chicago, and I think is loving it because Chicago's got Korean spa. Yes. Have you guys been to Korean spas? So this is one of like my heavenly places on earth. A great place to recharge.
Yes, they're the best. Do the ones that you go to, do they have the jade floors?
Some of them do. I go to a couple, but you are lucky because Southern California and I know Chicago and I think big cities in Texas have amazing Korean spas. We have a couple in San Francisco. But yeah, what do you like about the Korean spas? Because I love the heat at them.
Well, I actually love, they have like the one that I go to, there's this room that the whole floor is jade and then they heat it, like really gently heated. And so after you've gotten out of like the scrub or the bath or the sauna or whatever, you just lay on this floor and let the heat just like penetrate through your body. That kind of heat I like because I know it's happening. I anticipate it. And I can leave when I want to. Yeah, exactly.
So I know Kelly's in Southern California too. She said she misses the Korean spas. Yeah, I mean, that's, I guess, some place that we can't really go when things were in lockdown. And Claudia says heat is awesome as long as she's properly hydrated. So that's true. Like if you're sweating more, you need to drink more, but not just drink more, because here's a mistake people make a lot. Water. So I have Berkey filtered water and drink lots of it, but it's so purified and so filtered that all the like minerals and the good things in the water are also taken out. So when you drink tons of water and you don't also balance that with electrolytes, you're actually diluting the extracellular membrane in your body. And then you end up that like one sign of that is if when you drink, you like have to pee right away, because that means you're not hydrating. You're just like diluting the actual balance of those minerals and electrolytes in your body. So if you have that experience, which I do often because I'm terrible at hydrating, make sure that you add either natural electrolytes like sea salt, or you have like snacks, like a little bit of, I don't know, what do you have as snacks? I have like a couple go-to electrolyte snacks. What do you do for electrolytes?
I actually usually will do like a little pinch of salt, or I have an electrolyte that's by Essentia. And I'll do like a scoop of that into like a cup of water.
Cool. Yeah, I have, let me see if I can even pull this up. So I was always like told that coconut water is great for replenishing electrolytes. It's like this like natural Gatorade. But I learned recently that the coconut water in and of itself, let me pull this up if I think I have all the tips right here. So the coconut water itself is actually low in sodium. So adding a like pinch of Himalayan salt to the coconut water balances out the potassium and the sodium chloride. So when I say add salt to your drink, I was actually given this advice almost 10 years ago where a functional medicine doctor told me to add salt, sea salt or Himalayan salt to my water, but not to the point where you're drinking salt water. It's you don't even want to taste it. It's just so minimal that, it's
like a pinch. It's
exactly. So yeah, that's one electrolyte snack that I recommend. Another is like seaweed, kelp.
Love seaweed.
That is a really balanced one. It has potassium, sodium chloride, magnesium, calcium. So you can do that.
Thyroid, anyone thyroid.
Exactly. Iodine. It has a natural source of iodine. So for Hashimoto's people, it's better to have seaweed than to actually supplement with iodine. A couple other snacks that I recommend for people is avocado with a little bit of tamari, which is gluten-free soy sauce, and some lemon juice. And all of that will give you electrolytes. And then another one is dried fruit, like dried apricots and beef jerky. So that combined will give you like the salt plus the potassium. And the last snack that I recommend is like a baked potato, if you have nightshades, but a little baked potato with salt on it.
Delicious.
Yeah, just little snacks to. What was the name of the electrolyte that you use again? Because I've been searching for them. Essentia?
It's ESSENTIA. They have it at like Sprouts, Whole Foods. I think they might even have it at like CVS or something. I can put it in the comments for.
And Facebook, we can actually throw it in the comments there. But yeah, I've actually recently found, like yesterday, I found electrolyte that I really liked. So there's a company called Redmond that I really love. And I reached out to them because I use so much of their stuff that I was like, can you give us a discount? Can you give me and the community a discount? And they did. They got back to me, and they have like a really incredibly clean electrolyte blend. So it's Redmond sea salt, but I use their toothpaste. It's like a fluoride-free bentonite clay toothpaste. I use their salt, like their actual table sea salt for cooking.
Amazing.
And so Anyways, if you guys are watching this and you want to go to the Redmond website and you type in KANARI, like KANARI, you get 15% off. So they have a really great electrolyte blend that I was like yesterday browsing their new products, and it was super clean, because a lot of times I find some of those Gatorade like electrolytes have like weird sweeteners, they have weird preservatives in them. So Redmond has one called RE-LYTE, which I really like, but I want to check out Essentia too, especially if they have it at Sprouts. I love how Sprouts carries like such great supplements.
Sprouts is so great. Yeah. Sprouts.
Do you guys have, I know people are tuning in from all over, like East Coast, West Coast. Do you guys have Sprouts where you are? I know I went back to Ohio, my hometown, and they have what looks exactly like Sprouts, but it has a different name. I can't remember what the name of it, but in like the Midwest or Ohio, at least, it literally is branded the same. You walk in, it's got the same farmer's market look, but it has a completely, I don't remember the name. So anyway, if you guys have Sprouts, let us know.
Amazing.
Toronto, Canada. You probably don't have Sprouts there.
No Sprouts
oh no, there's no Sprouts on the East Coast.
No, I feel like I've heard that before, where there's no Sprouts on the East Coast. When I was in Denver, there was a Sprouts. So I guess it's like more on the west side.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a like very affordable, lots of natural food. We had a question here. Why is fluoride-free important for toothpaste? Isn't it already in your water? And yes.
Talk about your Berkey water.
It is in your water, and I would highly recommend you get a filter that removes it from your water, because the whole thing with fluoride, it's a long story, but the whole thing with fluoride is that it does have some potential benefits of applied topically to teeth, of like helping the enamel in the teeth, and from a dental perspective, strictly from a dental perspective. But what happened was there was, I think, as an industrial byproduct, fluoride. I watched a documentary on it. I don't remember all the details, but it's actually a massive industrial byproduct that was garbage. They didn't know what to do with it. So they said, let's add it to the water supply to like, if it helps like the teeth topically, if we ingest it, it should help too. But in fact, physiologically, eating or drinking fluoride is really not good for our body. So unfortunately, like a lot of water supplies have it. I make sure to remove it. We have like an additional filter on our Berkey that removes fluoride and arsenic. But that being said, it is in the water, unfortunately. And if that's the case, they're asking if Brita removes it. Honestly, I don't know about Brita. To be honest, from what the research I've done, Brita is pretty bad about like removing some of the major elements. My favorite and preferred water filter is the Berkey. Because it's stainless steel, it removes everything. It has add-on fluoride arsenic, but there was another brand that was like, it's a plastic pitcher. It's really affordable. It's actually available at Walmart, which I found in the research.
Not sure.
I'm gonna look it up. So if you want to talk about fluoride, do you have anything to add about that? Or
I mean, you hit it on the head. It's just, definitely. And as far as it being something you want to avoid in toothpaste too, the combination of, your own saliva and then the water as you rinse your mouth, you end up drinking or swallowing a good amount of it, even when you're brushing your teeth. So really trying to avoid any toothpaste with the fluoride in it is key for sure.
So the one that I'm looking up, again, I don't know about fluoride. We'd have to look it up. But so Berkey systems, in my experience, have removed the most of everything: pharmaceutical drugs, fluoride, arsenic, bacteria, viruses, pathogens, smell. It's like the superstar of filters. And I love it. I rave about it. I randomly put a YouTube video up just like talking about my Berkey, and it has like tens of thousands of views. And I'm just like, how did I go viral with a Berkey water filter? The other two that are, when I was doing the research, are effective in 100% removing glyphosate, which is Roundup, it was the Berkey, but then there was also the Aquapale, and then Zero Water.
Oh, so, I've heard of Zero. Okay.
So Zero Water was the one I was referring to that, from what I've seen, the Brita does not remove much. So the zero water in the research, I've never bought it, I've never used it, but in the research that I found, it's pretty affordable. It's a plastic pitcher, but it removes 100% of glyphosate, which makes me think that it probably also removes a lot of other contaminants. Yeah. So check out Zero Water. I think in the research too, it said it was available like on Walmart, which I don't endorse shopping from, but that means it's widely available.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Yeah. Great. So Cleo asks, what would you suggest for the best options of dental care? It's hard when dentists give you that look when you say you don't want fluoride toothpaste or oil pulling. So I have
such a good question.
I have so many things that I love, but I'll let Neeyaz start with what she likes to do for dental care.
I love to use, so for toothpaste, I use, it's called Revitin, REVITIN, I think, Revitin. I can't think in my head at the moment. Really great, super clean, fluoride-free toothpaste. The actual designer of the toothpaste brand itself, he is a oral microbiome specialist or something of the sort. So there's that. I use that, and then I do copper tongue scraping as well, because our tongues there's a coating that can be left on our tongues by the end of the day from just all the food and the water and whatever else we're ingesting in our mouth. So getting that coating off is really important. And I do water pick as like on top of flossing, which has been really helpful. I have very deep grooves in my teeth. So I have to really like get in there with either a floss, but I don't want to get too in there because then I end up cutting my gums. So I use the water pick, and that's been amazing. Awesome. Let's see. Those are like, I don't do oil pulling only because I can't have coconut, and the best type of oil to use for oil pulling is coconut. But it is very beneficial. It's an Ayurvedic practice. So if you're able to oil pull with coconut oil, definitely I recommend doing it.
Yeah, you just have allergy or sensitivity to coconut, so you can't do it.
I can't do it.
So yeah, I've spent many years honing in my dental practices. I used to have the worst teeth, like the kid who would go to the dentist like 8 cavities every time.
Oh no.
It was because my gut was messed up. My microbiome was messed up. Ate too much sugar as a kid. But what I have done in the meantime, I have changed my oral microbiome and my gut microbiome. 0 cavities, no issues anymore, like never get plaque, like rarely ever have bad breath. So what I do for my dental health, one is I use fluoride-free toothpaste. So I actually use the Redmond one, which I was talking about. So Redmond Earth Paste.
R-E-D. I'm going to write it in here for
R-E-D-M-O-N-D. So like Redmond. And like I said, I just got in touch with them because I use so much of their stuff. So they're giving like all of my community 15% off of whatever you order from them. So it's Redmond.
Amazing.
Yeah, I think it's redmond.life maybe. Anyway, Redmond toothpaste. It's, Neeyaz, is this frozen? Can people hear me? Neeyaz is completely frozen on my Facebook and Instagram. So I'm assuming it's her internet. So I'm just going to keep talking, and give me some comments or thumbs up if you guys can still hear me. Because, is everybody there? I don't know. For me, you froze. Okay, cool. Claudia, you can hear me. Great. Kelly can hear me. I think you're back, Neeyaz.
Well, everything like went black, and I was like, what?
You were just frozen on both Instagram and Facebook, so I figured it was you.
Oh, interesting. I'm here.
But you're back.
I'm here.
So basically so I use fluoride-free Redmond toothpaste, and I like the spearmint one because it doesn't have xylitol. It's just bentonite clay, which is my other love. I'll talk to you guys about bentonite another day, but it pulls toxins in. It's a clay that just like absorbs everything. So Redmond spearmint toothpaste. And then, so also in the past year or so, I learned about floss and microplastics in floss.
Yeah.
There was a study that came out about a year ago that the people in the holistic community who follow this stuff, all of them were just like up in arms about this, because it was actually like published studies in which they looked at people who flossed regularly with like Glide or I don't know, whatever those Colgate flosses are. And they measured their blood, and they did the same tests for people who didn't floss regularly. And they found so much of that microplastic from the floss in people's blood. And so they found that like as you're flossing, the plastic might break off and you ingest it. So when I started learning that, I quickly looked up alternatives and I found silk floss, which granted is not vegan because it's silk, but it's really strong. Silk is an incredibly like strong material, and you can use such a little amount because it's just like such a strong reusable material. So I buy silk floss, Redmond Bentonite toothpaste. I have like a hydrogen peroxide essential oil mouthwash that I rarely use. And then here's my last trick or tip is that I take probiotics in capsule form usually. And, you know, the capsules help it get into your gut and into your intestinal tract. I have started sometimes, particularly at night after I brush my teeth, opening the capsule of the probiotic and dumping it in my mouth and swishing it around.
Yes.
To re-inoculate the probiotics in the mouth. So those things combined, I have not had cavities in over a decade. I don't use fluoride. I don't do all those like kind of conventional things. So those are kind of our practices, but I'm posting like a lot of detailed stuff about that.
So I think great. There's actually
you're frozen to me. Are you
there? There's another brand too.
Okay. Yeah. I can hear you now. I hope everyone else can hear us too.
I don't know what's happening, everyone. I'm like, everything's here. There's another brand that I just recently discovered, and I'm testing out their toothpaste and their toothbrush. And you're going to laugh because I have it.
Okay, cool.
Plus extra.
You're frozen to me, but okay, I don't know. I don't know if it's just me, but I can't see Neeyaz. So everybody in the comments, just let me know if this is all like smooth for you.
That's weird.
Cleo says that Neeyaz looks like a surrealist painting sometimes.
Oh my god. That is hilarious. So everybody can see or cannot see. Oh, Cleo says she is moving for us.
Okay, great. Perfect.
Okay, so we're okay.
She's on and off. You're on and off for me too.
Oh, interesting. Oh, I'm frozen again.
Can you guys see me? Must be the CBDs. I'm the one taking the CBD, not Neeyaz. I've missed the toothbrush too, so we'll ask her to. Okay, cool. So you guys can at least hear me that if there's silence, I'll pick up. I think Cleo asked if the liquids from fermented foods are, I'm assuming you mean like the probiotic capsules that I'm dumping in. I guess I wouldn't use the fermented foods just because I brush my teeth and to a certain degree, I don't want like food particles in there so that bacteria isn't feeding on the food particles overnight. But the probiotics are more about like creating a space where there's not really food. Like I've done my flossing, I've done my earth paste toothbrushing, and then I put the probiotics in to kind of allow it to re-inoculate, like create its own little microbiome environment while I'm sleeping. Exactly. The acidity for like fermented foods. Yeah. So, you know, I love lemon water too, but you just have to be cautious about lemon and the enamel, or use like a glass or metal straw to get it like past your teeth.
There's another thing that I learned, actually, hopefully everybody can hear me too, but I'm such a big tea drinker. And since we are drinking tea, anytime you have tea, make sure, especially if you're having it at night, that you brush your teeth at least 2 hours after you've had your last cup of tea, because herbal tea, doesn't matter. It can soften the enamel of your teeth. And if you brush your teeth immediately after you've had tea, you're just doing more harm than good. So definitely wait at least like an hour, 2 hours ideally, and then go ahead and brush your teeth.
Awesome. That's a great tip. Several people have been asking for you to show the toothbrush again because you froze.
Yeah, because I froze.
And while you do that, I'm gonna grab my dental stuff. I'll be right back. So you show that. Hopefully you don't freeze. I'll be back in a minute.
hopefully I don't freeze. It's plus extra. So this is a toothbrush. It's bamboo, which I love. I'm testing it out. I'm testing out their toothbrush. I'm testing out their toothpaste, and hopefully it's a good one. The back of the brush says, yeah, Cleo, even herbal teas. Yeah, because it's still heat and it's still gonna soften the enamel. So you want to be really careful of that. But this is great in fact that, like I said, it's bamboo and it's sustainable, which we love. So here it is again, in case anybody on Instagram wants to take a peek and anybody on Facebook wants to take a peek. So we'll be sure to include in the description of this video on both Instagram and Facebook all the names and recommendations of the brands that we've talked about here, because I know we've said a lot of different brands. So we'll be sure to share that and any discount codes that we have. Anybody have any questions for me? Sorry that I'm freezing. I don't know why. Cleo, your comment about the surrealist painting is hilarious. This is my favorite top that I love to wear. It makes me feel like I'm in Sorrento. Yes. Amazing.
Are you there? Everybody's not frozen? Okay, so
we're here.
Toothbrushing. Cool.
No one's frozen yet.
I wanted to show you guys.
What have you brought?
Everything. So here's the Redmond toothpaste, the spearmint, and it's just like the plain one. And literally it's water, bentonite clay, sea salt, spearmint oil, menthol, and tea tree oil. So very clean ingredients.
So clean. Yeah. I told everybody that we'll include in the description for both videos, all the names of the brands and that we recommend it. So no one needs to remember.
Very much like mud, so it doesn't foam. It's not going to give you that minty fresh foam. But that being said, so that's the toothpaste. This is the silk floss. Not a specific brand. It's just go to whatever, Amazon, and just type in silk floss. And it just looks like this. It comes in a little thing. It's got a glass container, so it doesn't have the plastic, and you just unscrew it and put in a new. It's very earth friendly in that sense.
I love that.
Unless you're vegan and you don't use silk. This was the mouthwash that I was talking about. I don't use it often because I don't think it's that necessary, but basically it's just like aloe leaf juice and water and some essential oils. And maybe, I don't know, I thought it was hydrogen peroxide, but I guess maybe it's not. So it's just water and aloe and some essential oils. You use the water pick, but I use the sonic hair brush.
I have the same toothbrush.
I love these things. They work really, really well. And then the last thing is the Redmond stuff I was telling you guys about. They just make a lot of bentonite stuff. This is just like bentonite in a tube with bentonite clay and water, and it's a face mask, and it is the most cleansing, natural face mask. I just it's like magnets. It pulls everything out of your pores. And the Redmond sea salt. So this is a great electrolyte to cook with, to add to your drinks, table salt. So I'm kind of obsessed with bentonite and Redmond salt. I think Neeyaz froze again, but I hope you guys are still there and you can see us. Are you back, Neeyaz? So those are all the Redmond things, and we'll put it in the comments, but we'll put in the caption at the end. But yeah, thanks for the awesome questions. I didn't realize this was going to turn into our oral health talk.
Well, remember how I think on our work day earlier this week, you and I, we were talking about our KANARI MindBody Club and topics to go over, and we actually brought up oral microbiome. So we'll be talking about that.
Yeah. Next month, our theme for the KANARI Club is sleep. And it's kind of just all the different tricks. So anywhere from bentonite to actually physical body work things you can do, vagal nerve stimulation, all this stuff that will help oh God, I just had a fly go into my nose. All this stuff that will help with regulating both the mind, body, and the biochemistry for ideal sleep cycles. And then we started creating a list of all our monthly themes, and oral health, vaginal health was another one.
Yes, everyone get ready. I'm very excited.
If you're if you guys want to go like on a deep dive with us and watch us and like pull out all of our stuff from our pantry and tell you the ins and outs and all of that and hang out with us, join the club now, because until the end of August, it's still $5 a month. After that, it's going up. So we're doing the early bird still. So join us now. Yes. But yeah, we're going to get into like,
and
yeah, we're going to do deep dives into all of that and how all of it's impacted by our mind, body, spirit, biochemistry. But we're going to go deep into sleep, and then we're going to get into the oral mouth. We're going to get into the vagina. We're going to do breast health, all of it.
We're going to do it all. We're going to do everything. Yeah. I can't wait.
Yeah. So, and if you guys are in the club too, we like always send out comments and surveys and stuff to the club members. So if you haven't filled out the survey, or there's things that you love or you're interested in, fill out the survey or just send us a private message, because it's all community driven, the club, but we love hanging out with you guys. And
we do. Thank you, everyone. Yay.
Yeah, it was good to see you. Sorry for all the technical stuff, but at least we didn't have feedback.
I know, we figured this out, so that's great.
We've got double headphones in, so awesome. Thanks for joining us, guys, and we'll see you next week on Tea Time. And also, if you're in the Canary Club, next Tuesday is our monthly member call. We have prepared a whole amazing thing for you. So join us.
Ready. Can't wait. Bye, everyone.
Kelly, Claudia, everybody, see you there.
Bye. Bye. And there.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.